Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We're getting all scattered out. We got it back together. We got a big show lined up, but first let's do our weather brought to us by Hayden Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today is going to be 70. That's not very high, low 51. Actually, it's going to get Friday and maybe even Saturday morning, we're going to get into the 40s. We got a little cool snap coming, which is will be a good situation. We just had a stormy week and a lot of stuff going on with the weather. Hopefully it'll get calmed down pretty soon. But anyway, the water temperature is at 73.2, so it hasn't changed much this week. The water temperature hung in there around 73, 74. All right, take a look at our river reading brought to us by Sandhill Seafood and Restaurant over Highway 77 north of Bozeman there. The Appalachian cold at Bluntstown is peaking out some tomorrow. It's at 6.4. Actually, it's going to get on up there, probably got 7 or 8, but it's on the rise. And a lot of debris now is going to be in the water if you're going out this weekend on the river. You're watching those limbs and all kinds of stuff been blowing down, so don't be going wide open. And Chalk-Hatchie at Caryville, it's, we talked about this yesterday, how it's going up. It's 8.3 and it's still rising. Both rivers rising and a lot of activity as far as up in the, if you got a boat out there and you're going around the curves and all in the rivers and all, always be looking out. Always want to be like a little radar looking out. You never know who's coming down river really fast, so always sort of drive defensively, not just on the highway, but on the water too, if you're in open water like that. Up in the sloughs and all, you don't have to worry about it. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. A decent tide today, not all that good a tide for the weekend, I mentioned yesterday, but I looked at it again last night. The tide's not that strong today. It's Thursday the 6th. Really good tide today. We got a low tide at 356 and a high at 651. And then tomorrow going to be some close to neap tides on Saturday also. Not a lot of strong movement. Now we are going to have a lot of wind. The marine forecast is going to be west-northwest about 20 to 30. It's been blowing all week. And it's going to maybe wrap up this stormy week of just blowing and maybe, like I said, get settled down and maybe over the weekend it'll settle down and next week will be a lot better outdoor activities that we can partake in. But now it's still good time of the year when it's windy like this and it dries out just a little bit. You can go a great time to walk in the woods and all. It's not going to be real muggy and all, and that breeze is excellent out in the woods. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's get started. Let's finish up our fishing report. Seems like we've been working on a fishing report from Walton County all week long, but we're going to finish it up from the Bent Rod Fishing Club over there. J.B. Hillard and about 10 or 15 of those guys. Right here in the center of the screen, we're talking about Freddie Baker. Freddie Baker got 10 mullet today fishing the mullet hole at Alaqua. Alaqua is a good little fishing area. Okay, next sentence says Charles Garrett and I got 3 nice channel cats at Commander's Landing on the Choctaw River. And then go ahead and got, let's see, excellent report from Bob and Gina fishing West Bay. We talked about that one in Bay County, and they talked about the fish they got, 23-inch, and they caught a lot. They caught about, let's say, a 23-inch speckled trout. That's a nice speckled trout. But anyway, fish were biting over there in Walton County. Thank you, JB, for sending that report. If you have any reports, I know we got some up there from the Chattahoochee Dam when they were running up there about 2 weeks ago when the stripers were running. So anytime you get reports like that, we'll pass it on and share that good information. Always good to share good news. Always, a lot of people want to talk about bad news, but good news in outdoors is fun to share. And don't keep it all a secret. You can still share some of it. All right, now let's add a name. We got another name. This is going to be, we have Dothan, Alabama. Up there in Dothan, Alabama. Anthony McGehee, one of our viewers up there in Dothan. Thank you very much for watching our show, and good luck to all of y'all. We'll be drawing some tomorrow. We'll get some big drawings coming in. Also, I want to talk about, we got coming up, this is interesting. Well, I got one more. Let's look at this picture right here. I got a picture. I got one picture today to show you. Hung wind at a Panama City, put this on Panama City fishing page. This is from the pier. To my knowledge now, this is the first picture I've seen of a king mackerel. It's always a big deal when you catch a king off the pier. You can see looking back in the background. So that's a nice one right there on Panama City fishing page. All right. Now I want to announce also coming up, we got the Florida Gopher Tortoise Day. I get tickled talking about the gopher tortoise because Well, first of all, we always call them gophers when we were growing up. We never called them gopher tortoise. And I don't know, the scientists or biologists added the name tortoise to them somewhere along the line, but I don't know when, but they did. So the gopher tortoise, the same thing growing up, we saw the gopher holes out in the woods. And what's fascinating about them, they're recognizing them now because they have such a big impact on the environment. We never realized this. We always liked them. We never harassed them or anything. We just always like just, you know, every sort of big old things that lumber along, and we look at them, you know, a minute or two and move on. But now they're sort of up there on a level of importance because, and a good reason. They said that gopher, that hole they dig will hold up over 340 different species in the wild out there. You know, anywhere from worms and crickets, and of course rattlesnakes and all kind of things use that gopher hole. So it's sort of like a big protected area for a lot of different species. So they recognize it now. Right up here in Panhandle, it's not that big a deal because we've seen them all our lives, and they are protected. And I don't know. The only time I ever read about them being used, a lot of times the old timers would use them, put them on ships. This is way back. They'd put them on ships and all. And when they're going to be gone for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they'd put them down in the hole, and they would make turtle soup out of them while they're out there. That's before they had viennas and sardines and stuff like that to take with them. But that's, you know, there would also be even ballast and all. But they would use those big old gophers for that. But take care of them. I don't know if anybody ever harasses them or anything. But anyway, the Gopher Tortoise Day is going to be April the 10th. So circle that on your calendar. Okay. If you see one, give it a talk to it, and, you know, calm it down and all, tell them everything's going to be okay. Now, Blue Water tent sale. We're talking about the Blue Water tent sale coming up. It's going to be, let's see, it's going to be Friday morning, tomorrow morning, the Blue Water tent sale. We talked about it yesterday. The 10th annual one. So George Durham, he's going to do it upright. It's going to be a good one. It's going to have all kind of stuff, gift cards, stuff. They're giving away stuff, and just some really. You know, a lot of people have tent sales that they put a tent up and keep it up about 40 weeks a year, but they call that a tent sale. But they only do this twice a year, and this is a genuine, bona fide tent sale. So if you want to get some really good, really good buys and all, I'd suggest you go down there and check it out. Okay. Now here's what we got coming up. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll have a video. And this video, a lot of y'all have seen it before, but how to surf fish. It's fascinating because I'm breaking down, you know, to you how to do it and everything. And the fundamentals don't change. What has changed a little bit since I've done this video originally is the actual bait. I'm using fresh peeled shrimp, and I'm catching fish. I'm catching some nice pompano. But now, most of the time, I've talked about this before, I'm using these fish bites. But I was looking at this video again last night. It's still hard, you know, those fresh peeled shrimp are still good bait. But if, you know, both of these are going to be good baits. These fish bites, they're flavored like this, or the peeled shrimp. So either one. Sometimes you can't get one or the other, and these cost a little bit more than the shrimp. So it's fascinating. So both of them will catch fish. So this has changed since the video, since I first did it. So we're going to take a break, then we're going to come back, watch the video, then we'll come back and show you exactly where I was fishing during this video. All right, folks, we're down here going surf fishing now. We're at the beach now, got everything packed up last night, and I waited a little bit later to film this. I'm usually here right here at daybreak. I just want to show you how we set up when you're down here fishing at the beach, right here surf fishing. First thing I do now, I take my rod holders, angle it like this. Okay, get it started right there. Cloth on top. That's all we do right there. So I have 3 rod holders set up. I usually fish a 3-pole rig if it's just myself. Okay, next now make sure my bait is set up. I have this 5-gallon bucket. I have this board right here. Set it up here. I love my cart. You put my little tackle box right here above my cart on the shelf. Take my knife out, it goes right in here. Okay, now we're basically set up. I got my chairs. I got a partner today, so I got 2 chairs. Set up like this. The bait I'm gonna use today, I usually have fresh shrimp. These are fresh frozen. Got them out of here, put some here and start thawing out. I'll get the water on them in a minute. I'll go ahead and get them out. They're frozen now. Also, I have some fiddler crabs today. Check this out. I'm gonna try some fiddler crabs. We couldn't find any sand fleas, so we're gonna try some fiddler crabs. And this is basically the setup. I have in my buggy here, I got this little basket, and it works great. And so we put all the stuff in. I'll talk about the tackle box later, but we're gonna go ahead and bait up and get the poles out there. So when I bring my poles, I'm gonna fish with a 2-hook rig, and these got little floats on them to keep the bait off. And I don't put my weight on until I get down here. Now this is my heavy long distance rod, so I'm gonna put a sort of a large 4-ounce triangle weight on it, so I'm gonna try to cast it out as far as I can on this particular one. Okay, on baiting now, like I say, I like to peel the shrimp. Okay, peel the shrimp. Now put it on 1 or 2 ways. Sometimes I slide it completely lengthwise, and sometimes I will double it according to the size and all. This one I'm just gonna double over like that. I put that on the top hook. Now on the bottom hook today, okay, I have some fiddler crabs. I'll show you where the hook goes. I go right here to the bottom, right here in the center. Okay, just hook them. These hooks are a little large for what I wanted today, but anyway, they're still alive and they're in good shape there. I like to leave the pinchers on. It's more of a traction, I think. So that's basically, usually it's a sand flea here. I couldn't find a sand flea, so they just gonna use fiddler crab. Okay, now I got a piece of shrimp on the top and a fiddler crab on the bottom. So I'm gonna cast it out. Got this close to the top when I cast. Right where I wanted it. You want to reel in the slack too, so it won't be slack. My first pompano of the season. Always happy for the first one. Check it out. It's about 9:45, about 10 o'clock. Small one. It's gonna be legal size though. Got on a little piece of shrimp, and the shrimp's not even fresh. I think I found a hole though. We're gonna see. I found that hole. Caught some whiting already, and been a good morning so far. Like I say, now I fish with a three-pole rig, and I have on this far end down here is a 14-footer. On right here in the middle is about an 8-footer, and on the end down there is a 10-footer. Now I put it on rods because I like to get it out there past the sandbar. Now one of the most important things now, if you'll notice how they'll lean forward. Okay, they don't go straight up; they lean forward. The reason for that, when you bring it in and bait it, if it's straight up, it's going to get tangled up. So always lean it forward, and the line hangs down while you bait it. So always lean it forward. Okay, now another little thing too I picked up over the years I like to do. I always like to have a pair of pliers, but they're always hard to find. You put them in your pocket. I try to get these pants that have these little loops on them. And what you do, you just loop it through like this, double it over, okay? Put it down, and you got them by your side all the time, just like that. That's always like to have them and get them up to use them. That's just another little thing I do. Now, for you young people out there now, you can't do this rig if you have your pants on the ground. You have pants on the ground, pants on the ground. You can't be a fisherman if you have pants on the ground. Okay, now another tip, y'all know this, but you always put on sunblock. Always put it on your face and any kind of exposed area you have. It's so important to do that. You go to any dermatologist, they'll tell you the importance of it. Okay, that wraps up on how to go surf fishing. And we brought everything back, put it in the truck. I love this cart here. This cart's important if you have a lot of people fishing. It's so easy to just put it in the back of your pickup truck and go back and forth with it. But now you don't have to have a cart. You can take a 5-gallon bucket in one hand and your pole in the other hand and have a great time and catch some good fish that way. All kind of ways to go surf fishing. I encourage you to surf fish all along the Panhandle. Some great places to go. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm Winston Chester for Panhandle Outdoors. How to go surf fishing. See you later. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that video. Like I say, that information is, downright really good basic information on how to surf fish and all. Now, the bait may change, but the information on how to do it and where to set up is good. Now let's look at our fishing game times before we get back to this. Our fishing game times today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, 9:20 to 11:20 this morning, and 9:45 to 11:45 this evening. Okay, I'll show you exactly where we're calling. This is St. Joe Bay. This is the state park right here. Most of my fishing is done like I was showing you yesterday with an old Rattfield fishing hole. This is the old Rattfield fishing hole, and most of that fish is caught right in here. Not a lot of people out there. You notice on there having people walking the beach, not that many. So that helps a lot too. Okay, but I do want to mention St. Joe Bay because on Pompano fishing in particular, because that's where the state record was caught. 8 pounds 3 ounces. Fascinating. If I remember last week, I showed you the handwritten map that Captain Maddox made himself, and they call this point right here Pompano Point because so many pompano have been caught off that. The state record, ironically, and this is sort of unusual, the state record was caught right in this area, right in here. Okay, on actually a topwater plug, 8 pounds 3 ounces or 8 pounds 4 ounces, but a fascinating story. That was in 2003, I believe. But anyway, keep that in mind. Now let's go on to surf fishing around Mexico Beach. A lot of you viewers fish Mexico Beach. Now, the water comes off this. We have more. I get more reports from right through here. Better fishing in here. Mexico Beach has gotten crowded, especially the last 5 years. Just a lot of folks going there, enjoying it, which is fine. But to me, I like to fish away from swimmers because it's just good common sense and it's quieter and it's not much splashing and all. So find you an area all through here, Mexico Beach, where the people are. And if you go early in the morning, it's not that bad. But if you're waiting around middle of the morning or late in the afternoon or middle afternoon, it's tough to find a spot there on weekend. Now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is not bad either. Okay, but one of the top places to go now. And this used to be a top secret place, but a lot of people found out about it, what we call Tyndall Beach. Okay, this is Crooked Island Sound. And what you do, you drive up there and actually you can park. And according to how far you want to walk. I used to fish this area a lot. And the thing about here's a parking area right in here. You walk out on the beach. It's getting more crowded too, but the further you walk down here, the further you walk down, and there are a couple of points now. If you can get on these points right here and fish back toward these troughs, that's one of the areas you want to fish. Is these holes. Those pompano will get up in the holes and then they'll pop out of it in and out. So if you can get in a situation where you got some troughs, and the thing about it changes from year to year, according to how much surf we had, how many storms come through. But the Crooked Island Sound area, or what they call Tyndall Beach area, is all really good all through here. A lot of folks put your boat in here, come here, and anchor up right here on the backside and just walk right across this spit of land. But it gets pretty hectic in here. Deep channel and all, you catch some redfish and all, but really actually better pompano fishing back up in this area right here than this spot down here. So really isolated, like I say, it's government property, so no development. and a really easy place to get to, walking or by boat. And of course, we talk a lot about, and the old timers a lot of time would go at Shell Island. They would bring the boat in right here and walk across and surf fish right in here. One of the top spots, if you're in the boat now, one of the top spots for catching pompano is right here, coming out of the jetties, come right back in here. There's some holes in here. You can just sit right in here and just cruise along through here and see the flashes. Excellent. That's probably the top rated spot for catching pompano in the Bay County area. And also, of course, the state park, again, easy to get to. Never omit the state park pier. The state park pier right here is really good fishing. Again, it's crowded right through here with the people using the state park. There are a couple of spots right through here you don't have very many people coming to. That's really good surf fishing right here. Now they're using, re-nourishing the beach and all, so you got to be aware of that. Try to get away from that kind of noise and all. But let's work our way along the beach as we get along now from here on to the west end. Now Pineapple Willies. If you can fish in front of Pineapple Willies early in the morning, you can catch some pompano there. Believe it or not. After about 9 or 10, it's just you're wasting your time. If you get there at daybreak, and I've done that. In fact, I'm going to do that again pretty soon. It's not hard to do that. So anyway, but you got to get public access. Don't walk through people's yard and all. But get on down to the west end, okay? We've talked about a lot of places down here at the west end. I'm going to run out of time, but we'll hit Walton County. But anywhere on the west end of the beach, there's less people down there. You got good beach access. It's less crowded, and folks that are down there, pretty good folks and all the party and crazy kind of people up on the east end. So you got a lot better situation there on the west end. And of course, I do want to mention the state park right here. One of the neatest things about neatest things about Camp Helen State Park is the pier right there. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow and show you some spots exactly where to go from Camp Helen. You can walk to it, and I guarantee you, if the pompano there, you can catch some. I've run out of time. You have a great day today. Got a big show tomorrow. A lot of giveaways. Thank y'all for watching the show. Do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.